Here lately, we've been speaking about, gatekeeping our, Black American culture and our Black American creations. And we should always fight to gatekeep that, because if you take away a culture's creations and you water it down, you colonize it with no fighting back, then it ceased to exist. Case in point, you have this one sister here that's kind of taking the issue with the folks trying to colonize Afrobeats. Let's go ahead and roll that.
This is a very unpopular opinion, but Afrobeats is no longer Afrobeats. I'm not saying it's trash, but if you actually deep it, the Afro part is missing. It's just beats. The moment America found out about Afrobeats, when I saw Ed Sheeran jump onto Peru, I was like, you know what? It's okay because it's Ed Sheeran. Who doesn't love that ginger? Everybody loves that ginger man. So it was okay. And then Selena happened. And they gave her a reward for Afrobeats. Even the music videos that they make nowadays, it don't really feel Afrobeatish at all. I really liked when Don Jazzy was in charge of all the artists. They need to give him power and control again, because I don't know what's happening.
Well, I understand what this sister's talking about completely, because we have seen a lot of genres that we have created in this country when it comes to music just straight get colonized, watered down, and turned into something that we did not even intend it to be. So she's saying that she's seeing, Afrobeats being just kind of just colonized and turned into some, white corporate, entity. Well, when you said that statement about Ed Sheeran, you should not have said that. See, this is what they do. They get you to co-sign them doing it. And when they get your cosign, then it gives them the green light to colonize your things. See, we have learned that the hard way in America, that you start laughing and thought, oh, it's so cool, they doing it. I don't know what's wrong with us as Black people, why we get excited when we see them folks doing anything that we're doing. We want to invite them to these imaginary cookouts when they give you a compliment, or maybe say something that's just obvious or something to that effect about anti-Black racism. But we have to protect our creations, because if you understand the white supremacists, they don't really create much of nothing when it comes to the arts. They really don't. So they got to take from us and other people constantly. So what should we do as Black people? Gatekeep the hell out of our creations. Like we're talking about hip hop right now. Now, there is a corporate attack on trying to get Black people away from the creation of hip hop. Why? Because hip hop is something, number one, that's global. They're going to start doing break dancing and things like that in the Olympics next year. And of course, when you bring it to the Olympics, more and more people are going to look at it. Well, they want to try to sever Black America away from this. This is why they have put a lot of money into Fat Joe. Fat Joe is out here being their lapdog, trying to say Latinos created hip hop. Latinos didn't create anything related to hip hop. No. And the bar has been set so low. They're like, oh, we took pictures. Really? That's how low you're going? If that's the case, then any person that took some pictures created something. Oh, we did this, we did that. And when the pioneers said y'all wasn't even around them, they said that Puerto Ricans at the time wasn't even fooling with Black people stuff at all. They was actually calling that hip hop at that time period, with a lot of Puerto Ricans, we talking about the majority, not the few they'll sprinkle in here and there. They was calling that, N-word music, right? They wasn't involved with that. They were doing their own music, their own thing. And they should do their own music and their own thing. But every time that we create something, think about it, jazz, rock and roll, the blues, they always try to come in, get us to co-sign. And then once we co-sign it, then they just mash the gas. We created rock and roll. They're going to call Elvis the king of rock and roll, really? And then all his dance moves, he literally watched Black artists do all the dance moves they were doing, and he's back there trying to mimic and copying them. And because when they have their own corporate structure, they put all the money into them so they don't put into the Black artists, right? And then they blow them up. Now, this is not about music, but I'm going to bring something up because it just popped in my mind. They follow the same thing, and Black people are so silly to co-sign these folks. So they have a little brother by the name of Funny Marco. You know, he's a podcaster and he's real funny. I like his interviews. Well, Funny Marco has a particular style that he do things with. Well, they instead of putting all the money into Funny Marco, no, they found a little white female from Orange County, California by the name of Bobby Altoff, right? And he even been on her show, which was kind of a mistake. But so she's literally mimicking his style, but yet she's getting all these different interviews. She's getting the brand deals. She's getting all of that really should be going to Funny Marco, right? That's what they do. They always try to find a alternative to what we're doing or copy exactly what we're doing. But the soul is never in what they're doing. It's always like a soulless copy of it. So when it comes to gatekeeping our comedy, gatekeeping, whatever we got going on, we should gatekeep very hard. And I noticed that people don't like us gatekeeping our culture. They don't like it. They have a big problem with it. Well, Africans, and I notice Africans, because I've been there, y'all have no problem showing them your dances and doing this and doing that. Oh, we just want to share our culture. Yeah, you share your culture if you want to, and your culture will be in one of their hands making trillions of dollars while you over there struggling. When that money should have been yours. Stop giving away your culture. Stop. If you're going to give it to somebody, at least give it to somebody within the diaspora. At least if you're going to give it away. Some things you just don't teach. Listen, the reason why I don't want to do courses and those sort of things, I've been told, why don't you do some courses? No. You know why I don't want to do a course? Because I don't want to teach nobody on any knowledge I have. No. I don't even want to give you a preliminary of it. No. Because I say, you know what? Do Coca-Cola do a course? Do anybody who got money, did Jeff Bezos, does he do a course? No. They don't teach you anything. You have to go get it on your own. I don't mind teaching brothers and sisters that I deem that maybe could learn from me. And I say, okay, I want to teach them, and I'm going to teach them for free. I'm not going to charge them. I don't want your money. Don't want it. It's the same thing with the Kevin Samuels thing. You know, the little female Pearl went to all these black men, paying them money, picking their brain, and then her platform get faster up than theirs. Stop teaching people your stuff. That's why we don't have nothing as black people. It comes back to gatekeeping. So let gatekeeping be the shield of our culture, whether you're African culture, African Caribbean, but this is the thing. We want to gatekeep each other. Like if an African American, black American, so much use something from the Caribbean. Hey, that's our stuff. But you have no problem teaching the folks? No, you should be excited when you see black Americans doing something from your culture and celebrating it with you. Or if it's something from the continent or whatever, or vice versa. It's okay, I think, in the diaspora to share each other's culture. It doesn't mean that we disrespecting the culture, but we just kind of, but I look at it as a global family issue, right? We can have that conversation, but when it comes to outsiders shouldn't be able to come in and just do our culture. No, it shouldn't be allowed. So that's all it is, sister. Gatekeep your culture. Now I'm also hearing that even from South Africa, they have Amapiano, and some West African people are starting to do that. And it's not sounding the same as it would come from South Africa. I think South Africans should gatekeep Amapiano. They should. Because they haven't really been broken out like with a major artist just yet with Amapiano. I think Amapiano is fly. I think it is. And shout out to South Africa. That's some fly music to me. Like Afrobeats is okay, but I think Amapiano, I like that a little better. If y'all know what I'm talking about, just look it up. You'll hear what I'm talking about. But anyway, make sure gatekeeping stays in the forefront from now on.